Welcome to Guided, your weekly sanctuary where we blend the wisdom of the Enneagram with the art of intentional living. I'm your host, Evie, and you're so welcome here. Guided is all about helping you, the modern woman, find your flow in a world that's often all hustle and no heart. Whether you're navigating a career pivot, diving into creative pursuits, or just figuring out how to take better care of yourself, Guided is here to support you. This podcast is like a weekly chat with a good friend, one who's passionate about making your life feel good. At Guided, we believe in living with intention, fostering emotional well-being, and finding joy in the everyday. We tackle the big stuff like overthinking, setting boundaries, and avoiding burnout, all while keeping it real and relatable. Think of this as your go-to spot for practical tips, soulful conversations, and a reminder to break free from the grind. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive in. Thank you for choosing to make Guided a part of your weekly ritual. If you're ready to step into a life of intention and empowerment, then hit that subscribe button and let's get started.
Girly, hey, hi, how are ya? How are you doing? Welcome back to an absolutely unheard of podcast vibe. I'm dropping in on a Friday, which we've never done here on Guided before. So if you're brand new, hello and welcome. My name is Evie, your self-appointed online big sister, guiding you into the most expansive, easeful, gorgeous version of yourself. And if you've been here before, yeah, this is kind of crazy. Where have I been for the last couple of weeks? Friends, there is so much to catch up on, and we got to start with an apology. I am so sorry that I have not been your regular Monday morning date, coffee date perhaps. I have missed a couple of weeks of the podcast, and there has been a lot going on. I would love to talk to you about it today. And I'm really excited as well to share about the brand new group coaching container that I am offering in January. So we're going to talk about all of that today. But first things first, are you comfortable right now? Do you have a cup of something cozy and delicious? Could you be more comfortable? Do you need to hit pause whilst I'm chatting? Do you need to move around now, move towards a more comfortable position? Could you lie down? What would be the best way to take exquisite care of yourself for this cheeky little podcast episode? What would feel really, really good? I implore you to do that now. This year, if you didn't know, I have been undertaking 2 separate somatic accreditations. And so more and more, I am enthralled with the journey of the body, how we can listen to the body, make more room for the body, invite the body to be even more comfortable than perhaps she, he, they currently are. And so that is my invitation as we kick off today's episode. Girl, get comfy. Get even comfier right now. I really, really invite you to do that. So where have I been? What's been going on? Let's catch up. The last time I spoke to you, where I left you, I was in Greece. I was teaching at a very beautiful retreat called Pace Week at the Pelagoni Club, and it blew my mind. It really opened my mind up to how much I've done. Now hear me. I just feel really proud of myself. I feel really, really proud of myself. 10 years ago, I was told that I would never work. I was then ill for about 7 years. For some of that time, I was housebound and then bedbound. And since then, I have had a business, launched a business and sold a business. And then coming up on, guys, can we handle it? Almost 3 years ago, I launched this business, Guided, the Enneagram Guide. And this year, this summer, was a really incredible time of starting to work with really cool brands alongside my private one-to-one coaching practice. And this is my dream, right? To be able to teach the Enneagram in beautiful places, to really cool different groups of people. And that's what I got to do in Greece. So that was really, really cool. What's also really cool is that the Enneagram kind of originates in ancient Greece. As far back as we can trace it, we can trace the Enneagram back to ancient Greece. Enneagram is a Greek word, so ennea means 9, and gram means way of seeing or map. So 9 different ways to see the world, move through the world. And so that also felt really super duper cool, kind of like a full circle moment to be teaching in Greece. I got back from Greece. I was home for like hours. And then I was straight back off again to Sicily, where I was doing some more commercial work. So that was really cool. Whilst I was in Sicily, I then got very unwell and had what I am calling COVID round 2. I was then super duper unwell. And then this week, just as I was getting back on my feet, my dog had to be rushed in for emergency surgery. So it has been quite the time. And the reason I'm sharing this with you, and actually, sorry, can I just say, for those that reached out and said, hey, where's the podcast? Where's it gone? Is everything okay? Thank you for those messages. That's very sweet that you noticed and you cared enough to send a message. Very, very sweet. So thank you. But I share this because I hold myself to a very high standard. Truth be told, I love self-development work. I love spiritual work because it's so important and crucial to me. I do this work because I really truly believe the Enneagram kind of saved my life, which is dramatic. I do hear that. But I think really understanding my core motivations for life and understanding how that impacts my behavior really truly saved me, saved relationships, and saved the way that I was moving through the world. And so understanding that I hold myself to this incredibly high standard, that because I was so unwell and, in my words, in my mind, lost out on so much time, lost out on my late teens through to my mid-20s, I always feel like I'm playing catch up. And so because of that, I hold myself to an incredibly high standard. And maybe this resonates for you as well. Perhaps the story is different, but the feeling is the same. And so when I, because of life, can't follow through with things, so if you know me at all, you know that I like to have 6 or 7 episodes of the podcast scheduled and ready to go. So I never find myself in this position. You can see how this might push those buttons, those internal buttons for me of wanting to hold myself to an incredibly high standard. And, oh, whoops, look, I haven't uploaded for 3 weeks. Maybe this sounds a little trivial. Maybe it doesn't. I'll invite you in either way. And so with all that busyness that I just shared, with, I'll be honest, you guys, the trauma of this week with Sophie Dog, with being away so much, something else that's also been going on is that we are in the midst of a really significant house renovation, which I signed up for. It's totally I said yes to it. Nobody forced me to do it. And that house renovation has meant the house renovation that should have been finished a little while ago and is definitely not, is very loud, and I can't record when or how I usually would. So I used up all of my stock of having podcasts ready and prepared, and I found myself in this place of vulnerability, not following through with my word, letting myself and maybe even others down. Now, hey, this is a passion project. It's a creative project. I don't earn any money off the podcast. I just believe so deeply in the work of the Enneagram that I'm desperate to share it as widely as possible, as easily as possible. And that's why I love to host this podcast once a week. And I love to, be able to share in a free offering for those that might not be able to take the next step right now. And so there's been a little bit of a journey. I kind of saw this start to happen. Life started to take off. It's been so busy. And I found myself in this place of having to be okay with not being perfect. And that's a really big deal to me. And actually, you could look at this last year, the last couple of years, the last 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 25 years of having to get comfortable with things not being perfect. And that's really crucial for me as an Enneagram type 1. If that feels crucial for you as well, you might also be an Enneagram 1. And you'll really be able to hear it in my voice, how serious this is for me. If you're not an Enneagram type 1, you're probably going to think I'm a little bit nuts for caring so much about this passion project. In fact, if you're any of the other Enneagram types, this isn't going to land in the same way. And this is why I love the Enneagram so much, because it shows us how different all of our internal motivations are. And so that's why in relationship, in workplaces, in families, it's so crucial to understand where our differences are, to see where we're each coming from, and to be able to have a language that we can put around that. So we don't have to waste loads of time trying to work out what that person's internal motivation is. No, we can actually just find out what their Enneagram is, and then it all becomes unlocked. Which is pretty cool, right? Pretty cool that we have a tool to do that. And this is where the Enneagram differs so vastly from other personal development tools like Myers-Briggs or Strength Finders or DISC, which are fine. I'm not here to badmouth them, but they can only take you so far. It's quite superficial, the impact, I think. It is top line stuff. It's not going to explain why, the deeper why of your behavior. And I think unless you can unlock that deeper why, you are going to get stuck in the same patterns going round and round in the same circle. What the Enneagram does is it allows that circle to become a spiral. It allows us to deepen that understanding, to deepen that connection to self, to deepen that connection to others. And isn't that what it's all about, right? When I get to the end of my life, I want to say, I know myself so well and so deeply. I know the people in my life so well and so deeply. And I haven't let superficial things get in the way. This is why I do this work, you guys. This is why I'm so passionate about it. Okay, so that's a little bit of the why and the where I've been and the what's been going on. And we are actually in the midst on this podcast at the moment on Guided of a bit of a deep dive of each Enneagram type. So if you have been waiting for the next one, which is the deep dive on Enneagram type 2, that is coming on Monday. I promise. We are back on schedule now, babes. Something else that is pretty exciting is that I'm also in the midst of creating my brand new office space, which is going to be in the garden, in the trees. It's been a dream of mine since I first looked at this house back in May last year. Year before? How long have I lived here? I don't know. Anyway, so once I have the new office space, we are going to be back to visual podcasts as well. So I know a few of you have said, hey, dude, we kind of missed the visual element of this. Totally, I hear you. That is coming back. Well, this is a little bit like I don't know whether anybody has experienced growing up in church, but I do feel a bit like I'm doing the notices if anybody's from a charismatic or even Church of England background. That's what this moment is feeling like right now. I'm also going to be talking more about my kind of spiritual background, which again has been coming up quite a lot in one-to-one practice, I've been on a real journey in the last 6 months, and I feel really ready to share that part of me. And so we are going to be looking at that here on the podcast as well. So wherever you are on the spectrum of spirituality and religion, you are so invited to come and listen and be part of that conversation, because I think it's going to be a really, really powerful one. Something else that has been quite big in the last couple of weeks that you might have missed if you are not an email subscriber, if you are not on Instagram with me. First things first, let's change that. Sign up to my mailing list now. Find me on Instagram. It's a good time in both those places. There's lots of goodness there for you. But I have recently launched, just in the last couple of weeks, my brand new group container for January 2026. It's called The Guided CEO. And wow, let me tell you, the finance bros on Instagram are very upset. In fact, many men on Instagram recently have been like a moth to a flame with my Instagram account. So again, if you're a girl, if you're a gal, if you're a they, please come and join me on Instagram. I have somehow ended up on a side of Instagram that I don't enjoy being on, and have received some messages that are not kind or that I'm interested in hearing. And a message that keeps coming through from the finance bros is, how dare you call your brand new group container the Guided CEO? You're not a real CEO. You're not qualified to teach that, which I think is funny because, guys, I don't know whether you know, but the Guided CEO stands for Chief Exquisite Care Officer of your own life. This is not a business course. This is a wellness course, and I am so excited about it. So if you haven't heard about it yet, girlfriend, I'm just going to talk about it for like the next 3 minutes, because I've been working on this for a really, really long time. In fact, it was back in the spring. I had been to multiple really cool marketing events, really cool wellness marketing, girl boss events. I had met so many different and interesting founders, creatives, people really making waves in the industry. People that I thought, wow, these people are absolutely smashing it. And when we met and connected and spoke, what I discovered was they might be making waves, but they are not being very kind to themselves. Actually, their wellness practices are out the window. They are putting a lot of pressure on themselves. And hey, let's go back to the beginning of this episode. That's something we all do. And so in me grew this dream that perhaps we could start the year from a different place. I was having all these conversations back in kind of end of Feb, March, April, where people had just shoved themselves back in to work and life after the Christmas break and were already running on empty. And were saying things like, I can't believe I'm already running on empty. But they hadn't really taken Christmas off. They weren't working in a sustainable way. And whilst the work that they were doing was really impactful, it came at the cost of themselves. And so the Guided CEO was born. Actually, what if creatives, founders, CEOs, people doing powerful things, hey, that's you, we're all doing powerful things, that list definitely includes you. What if we could find a way to lead with energy and clarity and inner alignment that doesn't come at the cost, doesn't sacrifice your well-being? And so that's what the Guided CEO is. It's a 3-month container kicking off in January. It's 6 live calls with integration work in between, something that will fit for those of us with busy lives. Oh, yeah, that's all of us. We're all busy. Yep, that includes you as well, and me. 6 live calls with integration work in between. And I'm just going to tell you that when we talk about coaching calls, we're not just having a chat. Somebody recently commented this, I can't remember what it was on, maybe TikTok, that coaching isn't real, it's just kind of having a chat. Friends, guys, the coaching calls that I lead are not just chats. We use seasonal rituals, we use somatic tools, we use the Enneagram, the deep, ancient wisdom of the Enneagram, and we use menstrual cycle synchronicity to work with our bodies rather than against it. Girlie, you and I could sit around and talk about all the different ways we want to take care of ourselves in January, February, and March of next year. And we can talk about them and talk about them and talk about them until we're blue in the face. What are we doing about them? This is what the Guided CEO offers you. It offers you accountability to stop talking to yourself in a way that perhaps you would never speak to anybody else, to stop doubting your work even when you know it's making an impact, and to stop hitting new milestones, the next thing, and then immediately beginning the chase again, never pausing to celebrate. This January, we are getting out of the burnout loop within community. That is what the Guided CEO offers us. So this work, this container is for you if you are a creative, if you are a leader of some kind, that includes motherhood, okay? If you're a female founder, if you're a solo entrepreneur, if you are a manager, if you are trying something new, if you're trying to move upwards in the world in some way, whatever that means to you. Perhaps you've outgrown hustle culture and would like a new paradigm. Perhaps you want to lead without sacrificing your body, your intuition, or your joy. Perhaps you're craving inner spaciousness, rest, and community. And perhaps you're ready to see really significant shifts in your personal and creative life. This is not a business course. This is a course for those who are serious about their business, but even more serious about their wellness. There is no point in building some kind of visionary, incredible life if you cannot sustain it. And so right now, the early bird offer is open. That is open until the 1st of December. You can take £200 off right now. You can also pay via a payment plan. There are options. If you can't see the option you're looking for, send me a message. Let's talk about it. I believe all of the links are there and are working. If you want me to send you the specific link, if you're looking for the payment plan link, drop me a DM. I will send it to you. Because this is what the bi-weekly schedule is going to look like. This is what's on the agenda for those of us who are serious about our wellness in 2026. We are starting with rooted resilience. We're going to ground into our body and our nervous system. We're going to awaken the ally within because, hey, remember, you're a human first and CEO of your life second. We are going to find that no BS flow state leadership. We're all leaders. We're all leading our own lives. Do you need to align your energy with your natural cycles to be able to lead with effortless momentum? Effortless momentum. Yes, please. We're going to talk about leaky energy and explore where energy might be draining from you and how we can protect your boundaries. We're going to look at embodied pleasure and power. And what I'm talking about there is joy and creativity and bodily energy that feels expansive and inspired. And then we're going to expand our vision. I think it's nonsense that we would set New Year's resolutions in the midst of winter. I think that is strange that the whole of nature is reflecting back to us hibernation, and hustle culture is trying to push us to detox chocolate from our lives when we all just got chocolate for Christmas. I think we should set the vision when we've kind of woken up from our sleepy hibernation, when we've taken exquisite care of ourselves, and that is how we are finishing the Guided CEO. We're expanding our vision. We're anchoring in all of the growth we've done over that 3 months to step into the next chapter with purpose. Now, if you're thinking, this sounds like a bit of me, but I'm not sure, I would love to offer a lovely free 3-part somatic activation. A free 3-part. That is quite difficult to say. Somatic activation. If you scroll down in the show notes, you'll see it there. Click on it, sign up, and you are going to get access to 3 of my favorite guided somatic practices. They're 10 minutes each, and they are a great way to drop into your body and get really real about what you want from your January, February, March, from your Q1 of next year, of 2026. And it's like an amuse-bouche. It's like a taster of what we'll be getting up to within the Guided CEO container. So have a scroll down through the show notes now. Get signed up, unlock those 3 free somatic activations, and have a go. Let me know how you're finding it. Send me a DM and tell me if you liked it, or if you didn't like it, or if it unlocked something in you. Somatic work is absolutely fascinating. And here are 3 free, really powerful tools, which I think could really support you at the moment as we come into silly season. Also wanted to share that when you sign up before the 1st of December, you also get access to a free 45-minute ritual. It's called the Exhale Ritual, and this is the balm that we all need going into what is often dubbed the most stressful time of year. And so that again is just because I want to pour my love and admiration into you, because you've said, yeah, I'm not having another year where I have leaky energy and I've kind of given up by March and I talk to myself in an unkind way, and those wellness practices are a nice idea, but no way are they actually feasible, and life's hard and I'm stressed and nothing's changing. If you would like to do that differently, you're so welcome to come and join us in the Guided CEO. It's going to be so powerful. I also just wanted to share one stat before I go and leave you alone. I am really proud to tell you that every new client that I have worked with this year has rebooked on or extended their time with me. That is 100% success rate. So again, if you're thinking, the Guided CEO sounds good, but I'm not really sure I know Evie or, her kind of practice so well. I just wanted to share that stat because I'm really, really proud of it. I'm really, really proud of it. I think it's really cool when people can be proud of their own work. And this is pushing me and forcing me a bit to share that stat. But I decided last week, no, I'm going to do it. And so I wanted to share that here on the podcast. Every single person that decided to work with me this year has continued to work with me this year and has booked on to continue to work with me next year, because the shifts and the transformation that they're seeing is so powerful. That is mega. How cool is that? Super duper cool. So there we have it. That's what we're up to in January. That's what I've been up to for the last month or so. For those that are wondering, Sophie is fine. Sophie, my dog, my rescue German Shepherd, is fine, but has had a tough week. None of us have slept. She's in a lot of pain, but she is going to be okay. Hallelujah. Amen. Thank you, universe. I will be back on Monday with that deep dive of the Enneagram type 2. If you want to get the deep dives of the gut triad, types 8, 9 and 1, do scroll back through the show notes now. And if you're thinking, I wish I could know my Enneagram type, 2 things we can do about that, baby. Number 1, take my free quiz. Scroll down through the show notes now. Take my free quiz. I think You'll find it interesting and it will pique your curiosity. I'd invite you to do that. It won't take you very long to fill it out. And secondly, book on for a blueprint typing session. Again, scroll down through the show notes. The link is there. I've just booked 3 new people on for an Enneagram typing session this morning, and I'm so excited. These are my favorite sessions to hold because I get to see that kind of lights coming on moment when people go, how do you know that about me? Oh my gosh, this is so true. This ancient tool that's been around since ancient Greece knows me so deeply. This is going to be so helpful for every part of my life. That's why I love these sessions. So do book on. And if you would like to book that as a gift, I know the typing session is one of my most gifted sessions for people. Do just get in contact with me and I can send you the link to do that. It's a lovely Christmas, Hanukkah, birthday, any kind of gifting moment. It's a great gift to give. In fact, one of the bookings this morning was a gift for somebody. How glorious and gorgeous. Okay, I will see you on Monday. I hope that you have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. I hope that you've been comfortable. I hope you continue to be comfortable. And I hope that you take exquisite care of yourself. I'll see you next Monday morning at 9 a.m. for another installment of Guided. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Resonated with you, why not share it on your socials or send it to your friends? And if you have a spare moment, I would love it if you could leave me a review. These small gestures are free and they're invaluable in helping me amplify the reach of Guided the podcast, connecting us with more empowered women who are eager to increase their well-being. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay in the loop with our latest episodes. By subscribing, you'll stay connected and receive a weekly dose of inspiration directly to your inbox. Thank you for being a part of our community, for showing up, and for your commitment to personal growth and self-discovery. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay curious, and keep exploring the depths of your own inner wisdom.